Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome back to the Donkey Kong Country 2 Entrance Randomizer, where last time we did a whole bunch of shenanigans, and that brought us to Bramble Blast, where we are now going to see where the bonus games here lead. We have actually beaten this level, because we once found an exit that took us right to the end, but I don't think we've seen any of the bonus games, which I believe there are 2 of in this level. And if Cranky is telling the truth, it would mean that one of them indeed leads to Rool. So let's find out which one. And then we won't have to kind of worry about that later on. But, you know, it doesn't really, again, help us kind of beat the game. We just kind of, you know, still need to find those other bosses before we can do any of that. And I don't think this is the room with the bonus room. I believe it's over here. I think this is, no, this isn't the room yet. This is nerve-wracking because if I die here, I have to replay a whole bunch of stuff. But I think we should be good now. So there's a bonus room in this room that we're going to check out. And that will either tell us if this is the one that leads to Rool, or if it's the one that's like at the end of the level. And I'm curious if, even though, you know, the only other entrance to this level we found is the one that takes you right to the end, can you get to that bonus game at the end of the level from there? Because we might be able to bounce backwards and get it. We'll see. But maybe we won't have to worry about it. Maybe this will be the one that leads to Rool, in which case it's going to be kind of a pain to get back here at some point, but we'll see. And that's it. So this is normally where Rool would be. And Diddy is just really excited about seeing DK there. But we can't save him yet, even though there's absolutely nothing stopping us from untying the rope. We just can't do it. And instead there's a bonus barrel here that I'm guessing will probably take us to the beginning of Pirate Panic. Oh no, it took us back to our last checkpoint. So that would mean that I would have to beat this again and then, but actually what I'll do then, just for fun, is I'm going to beat this. I'm going to once again go back to Bramble Blast, and we're going to see where the last bonus game there leads. And then we'll just, you know, put Bramble Blast to rest, which I think actually will kind of just put all of the Bramble levels, you know, to rest, because we found every single thing in Bramble Scramble. And if we can check that last bonus game in Bramble Blast, that will put that to rest as well. And we've then, you know, found everything in this level, so yeah, we just won't have to deal with any more Brambles, I guess, until we want to eventually go back and find Rool, which, you know, I can't complain too much about that, so I'll see you in a minute when we get back to content that has not already been recorded. Alright, so we're back to where we were before. If you go down from here, it's where you get to that bonus game. But we don't want to do that right now. We instead want to go into the barrel that will allow us to proceed on with the level. And man, Bramble Blast was always such a neat level. Why am I risking, you know, anything just to get that coin? Again, if I die here, I still have to go all the way back to Screech's sprint. So let's hurry up and get that checkpoint, then we won't have to worry about, you know, that happening. And hooray, there we go. So even a silly death now isn't going to cause me like 15 minutes of having to get back here. It wasn't that bad. You just had to go through Screech's sprint and then Haunted Hall. So Haunted Hall, we have things to check out earlier on in the level. And there's also, of course, like the very end of Haunted Hall, which I guess would literally just be, you know, one screen of you show up and then you have to, you know, jump onto the target. Who knows if they even left those in the randomizer? We haven't seen like the end of, you know, Target Terror or anything like that yet. And wow, I'm surprised that actually went so well. So what do we got here? Got that. So Donkey Kong Country 1 had a lot of levels that had like a barrel kind of blast component to it, where, you know, it was just a puzzle of having to shoot the barrels at the right times. There isn't so much of that in Donkey Kong Country 2. This is like the most you ever really get of that in this game. They kind of took a, you know, a staple of the first game and turned it into something that just, you know, you have to focus on really hard for one level, and then it's pretty much done. But yeah, see, as you can see, I'm just trying to kind of figure this out here. Nothing too difficult. And honestly, a lot of this, it's like, it's not even dangerous like Donkey Kong Country 1's was. There's times when it is, but then other times it's like, just, you know, don't be dumb. It's pretty slow, so don't press the button at the wrong time. And you shouldn't take any damage. And there we go. So we should be coming up on the end of the level here, and it's just that's what I get for talking about dumb button presses. That was one of the more dangerous parts, though, where the ones that, you know, fire in 8 directions are a lot more scary than the ones that just fire in 4. Like, look how fast you can. You can even get a balloon there if you're really fast. You can even cheat here and do a thing like that. That's my speedrun strat. If I see it on the internet, I'm going to know that it was all of you who shared it. So, don't be a strat stealer. Is that even a thing in speedrunning? Actually, I could have used Dixie there to, you know, not have to do that. Like, in speedrunning, you know, if someone comes up with a strat, it's like obviously fair game for anyone to use it after that, right? There's no such thing as really plagiarism in the speedrunning community. That'd be weird if there was. Like, this is my strat and no one else can use it. If you could only speedrun based on strats that you found yourself, that would actually make it a lot more interesting. Because I know obviously what a lot of people do in speedrunning is let's just watch the world record run and try and emulate it and try to improve on it. But that'd be funny if you could only use strats that you found yourself. Obviously, you could never prove, like, you know, I found that and didn't just look it up. But interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is obviously one of those enemies that isn't changed. And wow, so after all that, we probably didn't actually have to rebeat this whole level because that barrel at the very end would have just brought us here anyway. But alright, so now we can do this little bonus section here, which is actually really neat because if we continued on to the right instead of taking that secret barrel, it would have taken us to the end of the level. Now we have a super secret section only for the super players who've unlocked enough points in Mario Deluxe to unlock Super Mario for super players. But alright, was this worth it? Wow, is this the end of Pirate Panic? Darn it, where does this go again? This is might be Cannon's Claim if I'm remembering correctly, but like, wow, so that was absolutely not worth it, but that's what you have to do, even those times when it's not worth it. You know, you would always wonder if that was where something you missed was. Is this Cannon's Claim? I think it is. And then there's like a thing. And okay, yeah, this is totally just where we've been. So let's just fall down here. We've checked out, I think, 2 of the bonus games. I think we checked out that bonus game, so what we have still is the bonus game at the very beginning. And wow, you just fall forever. These levels are just so vertical. And you can't even just like hug the wall. You were not meant to fall back to the beginning in these levels and getting hit by those, and I can't even get that. Wow, this level is tall. And wait a minute. No! I just realized that I haven't actually... Okay, what I'm gonna do is if I get back to Pirate Panic, I'm gonna grab the checkpoint barrel. Shoot, I was being too reckless, but I cannot believe just how hard falling back to the beginning of a level is. Like, they really did, I guess. You know, maybe it was probably intentional. So that if you accidentally fell, it didn't just take you back to the beginning. You know, to always put barrels along the way so that something would catch you. But in this situation, not what I wanted. So I'll see you in a minute. I don't think I've ever gone backwards through the level with Rambi before. Usually you grab him and then you just immediately head to the right. But look at this. You could actually go back to the beginning with Rambi. That's kind of weird. What would happen if you took Rambi into, like, K. Rool's room with the letter? These are so many things I've never actually really considered before. But that was kind of cool. I like that, again, randomizers, you know, they make you think things that you might not otherwise think. And I think there was a conversation I was going to have in the last part that we never ended up having just because... What? That's new. And again, I was going to have that conversation, and I'm just not meant to have it. And now the target's back. Oh, that's strange. And once again, we're going to try and get to the bottom of Cannon's Claim. But, okay, so that conversation, which again, this is being filmed right after part 4. So hopefully nobody in the comments of, you know, part 4 said, Andrew, you never mentioned that thing that you said you were going to mention. And that thing was, I think that official games should include things like randomizers, or say, take Pokemon for example. Again, this is a conversation that I had in the stream with the chat not too long ago. And that's, Pokemon randomizers are just so popular, or randomizers in any game, but I think in particular, Pokemon is an easy one to do it with. All you have to do is randomize what random Pokemon you encounter in certain areas. Why does the official game not include its own randomizer? Can you imagine how many minds would be blown if maybe not like right off the bat, say if you beat the game, you can start a new game with all of the Pokemon randomized. People, oh my gosh. Alright, let's do that again, but this time we're going to do the warp barrel. But like, just people would love that, and that's the kind of thing I think that they need to innovate. You know, people want to see new features, so why not put something like that in there? It's not like it would be very hard to do. Another thing, people love doing Nuzlockes. Why doesn't Pokemon add in a Nuzlocke feature that you can turn on? So that if a Pokemon faints, sure, it doesn't, you know, just disappear, but, you know, you can put it in the PC, but you just can't, you know, heal it and use it again. Like, you know how easy it would be for them to add in a feature like that everybody would absolutely love? Why don't people take more inspiration from the fan community? When it's just like, you know, right there, people obviously love these things, and yet instead of embracing it and realizing that, you know, they could make these games and add things in that people would love, they're just like, no, fan content's bad and stuff. And I don't know. I feel like there's just so many poor decisions made by companies these days, especially video game companies. Like, I just don't know why they wouldn't add something like that in. I just think it'd be so cool. If I had a video game company, and then, you know, look at Sega. They're always adding things in. Or rather, you know, looking at the fans. I think Sonic Mania was actually, they hired someone who used to make Sonic ROM hacks to make the levels for them. Wait, Cleaver? Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, that's awesome. I was like, alright, which lava level is this? So wow, the Warp Barrel in Cannon's Claim actually led to a boss. And that blows my theory of Warp Barrels not leading the bosses completely out of the water. So basically, in this part, I have now told a story that I had intended to tell in the last part, and also a theory that I had in the last part has also been completely destroyed. Oh boy. What else is new? That's okay, there we go. That's another hit there. And again, we've never actually died while fighting a boss yet, so I don't know if dying while fighting a boss will take you to your last checkpoint or just to the beginning of the boss room. And it sinks. Alright, everybody, we've beat it. I mean, you have the fake out at the end of Donkey Kong Country 1, which is probably one of the coolest fake outs ever, where it starts playing the fake credits, making you think that you beat K. Rool, and then he wakes up. How many people put the controller down and are like, yeah, and then they just got, you know, totally wrecked by K. Rool after that. And then you have the Cleaver fake out, which I don't think is nearly as memorable, but hey, you know, we can never complain about a good fake out, I suppose. No coin on that side. It's always kind of funny. And I think one more should do it. And there you go. Wow. 4 bosses down. So all we have not done now is the Ghost of Crow, which is pretty cool. And that, of course, takes us back to the beginning of Pirate Panic. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I love it then. There were only missing 5. We should have some more money, though. What can we do with Cranky Kong here? So let's just go over what we have. So, you know, take your buddy with you. So Barrel Bayou is one that we can go back to. Word around this island is there is at least one boss in World 1. And we did find the boss in the 3rd level of World 1. So we can... Oh, darn, I don't have any more money. Parachute Panic we learned about. And you can see K. Rool ship from Bramble Blast, which we know. So what I think we're going to do now is we are going to go and check out Barrel Bayou. Oh, shoot, it brings us back here. I always forget that going to Cranky is going to do something like that. Alright, does this change things a little? We do have enough money that, you know what, let's just get out of here. And it's not like in the main game where if you pay Funky, he's always free for that world afterwards. You know, in this game you always have to pay him 2 coins. So I think what we're going to do is where does this lead again? Okay, so from here, I think we can do a couple things. So I'm going to beat this level normally, and I'll see you in a minute. And wow, we're being thrown by the Gato Ninetales underwater. That was cool. You're not going to see that too often. But anyway, I'll see you in a minute. And whoa, no Sealy guy there. Now, rather Clapper. So we couldn't do the thing, but whatever. Again, my mind's still blown that we actually found a boss from a Warp Barrel. That's crazy to think. And see, this is where... Yeah, we could have gone backwards and done this. Ugh. But I don't think that's something I actually want to do. I actually didn't mean to do that. I was just curious if you could. But now I'm kind of stuck here. So I guess we're going back to Cannon's Claim. I'll see you in a minute. Oh wait, no, Cannon's Claim is from there. Whew, what should we do? What should we do? Alright, I think I'm gonna go back to what I meant to do. And we're going to go through Lava Lagoon and all that jazz. And see where that goes. So I'll see you in a minute. But then on the other hand, I think that this is something good. Okay, because if I go here, and I think there's a bonus game here that I can go through. I said I think there's a bonus game here that I can go through. And this leads to Barrel Bayou. Okay. Alright, so, I mean, we might as well check this out. I think we've already done the first bonus game, which is inside the cannon. So I think we should just play the level normally from here and beat the level. There might also be one more bonus game a little later on. And we'll see if one of those leads to anything decent. Have I missed the checkpoint yet again? I always forget. Like, where exactly is the checkpoint in this level? I think we might have missed it. Yeah, because I think you get it normally when you're riding Rambi. But this still will allow us to beat the level normally, and we'll see if that leads us to anything good. Now we got the extremely slow arrow barrel here. I think the G is normally in that spot. And from... Okay, no, there is still one more barrel here. So we have this one, and we have the normal exit. And this leads us to... Okay, we have not beaten Web Woods normally. So we'll do that and see where that leads. Again, even if Cranky says that, like, something is on the way to a boss, A, he might be lying. But B, sometimes he also means, like, one of the bonus games in that level will lead to another level, where one of the bonus games in that level will lead to the boss. And it just gets all confusing from there. So we've actually checked that wall in the last part. And we should be not far from the ending now. And the ending normally has the DK coin. What has replaced it? It looks like it just doesn't have the DK coin anymore. And we can also get some extra lives, even though they don't matter. Will we hit 99? That's the question. Might as well also get a coin, even if it means we have to listen to Diddy rap. Where will this go? Hopefully somewhere we haven't been. Again, lots of Lost World levels we haven't seen yet. We have seen Webwoods now. Ooh, Castle Crush. I do not believe we have visited this level in any capacity yet. We could do the Castle Crush We could do the Castle Crush glitch if we wanted to. And yeah, probably wouldn't be such a good idea. It'll glitch the game out, delete all of our save data. This is on a flash card. I wonder if it would like leak over and just delete everything on the SD card. Who knows? But all right, now we have Rambi. Let's see what we can do. We found the boss in this part, so I'm probably not going to play for too much longer. I don't want this part to be too short, but again, I think that, you know, finding a boss is pretty good, and just want to check out a few more things, and we'll probably call this part a day as well. And wow, we got some glitching going on there. This hopefully, you know, randomized enemies plus Castle Crush doesn't result in something bad happening. But we almost have enough coins for that last hint, at which point coins are pretty much all just going to be for paying Funky to take us back to Pirate Panic, as if there aren't enough exits that take us there anyway. But I think as we proceed on, we should be getting close to a bonus game that we have to unlock with Rambi. And then I think the other bonus game is you have to use a TNT barrel that you get after Rambi disappears. And I don't think there's any more bonus games after that. So pretty much if you missed that Rambi barrel at the beginning, don't expect to get any bonus games in this level. Okay. I don't know if it's easier or more difficult with the randomized enemies. So far, so good. And this is where it gets slow, but I need to get up there first. And where will this go? And this is... Which one is this? Oh, okay. This is Rambi Rumble again. And let's get the checkpoint here. Let's not die before that point. Alright. And we have checked the normal exit of this level. I think it took us to Parachute Panic, but we have not checked the... Oh wait, of course, going through there. I was gonna say we haven't checked the bonus game at the end that you have to have Rambi to open up, but that's right. It's not just going to lead us to that Rambi room. It's gonna take us somewhere different, and that looked like Target Terror, which we have not beaten. So we'll just kind of get to the normal exit of this one, and we'll see where that goes. I've already commented though just how much I love the roller coaster levels, and wow, I just keep going right into an enemy there that I have no chance to react to. I guess I should just jump regardless of what I can see. We've checked the first bonus game in this level, and this exit actually takes us to where the second bonus game would, you know, take you to. But there's no way to kind of go back and get that. Alright, so I'm just going to jump here no matter what, and alright. But that meant that I wasn't able to get the checkmark barrel, so... New strategy needed. We're also up to 50 lives. 50 to go. Alright, there. It wasn't that difficult. And we're gonna have some other enemies here. A big problem we had with Donkey Kong Country 1's randomizer was in the second minecart level, Minecart Carnage, I believe. You could just not sometimes deal with enemies as they were placed in places that you just not deal with. And this is exactly why I did the bonus game in Toxic Tower first. Because I thought that at some point there would be an exit that would take us just to the end of it anyway. And here's the beginning of Glimmer's Galleon. So let's go up. And there's a bonus game in here, which will lead only to rather, it means we only need to get the normal exit of Glimmer's Galleon now. And this is the race level, which we have not done. So we might as well do that. And of course we might as well win the race as well. I heard from someone that they came in first in the race even though they didn't know about the turbo barrel back there. Which is kind of cool to think. I don't know if I've ever actually done it without the turbo barrel. But I just love the turbo barrel, so... I mean, no reason to stop using it now. Maybe someday as a challenge, though, I will try it without it. But let's just do this. I have no idea where our last checkpoint is, so it'd be preferable to not die. And again, this, you know, anytime I go on a roller coaster, this is the level I think of. I love it. Such a cool atmosphere. Yeah, good bounce. Nice. One more. What's it gonna drop? Again, the DK barrel, rather the DK coin was taken from the ending of Web Wood, so I wouldn't be surprised if once again... Oh, the DK coin came out, but it didn't count towards anything. It would have been neat if the DK coins were still hidden and maybe, you know, Cranky had something that he would sell if you found a certain number of them. I know that would take some extra programming work, but it would have been neat. Where does this go? And is this really, once again, Canon's claim? It is, too. And I don't even know which exit is preferable from here anymore. This takes us to the beginning of here, which, again, we don't have any really reason to want to be here. I'll get the first bonus game just to get us out of here as quickly as possible, though I don't think that it led to anything particularly notable. So we gotta go through here, and again, there was that one invincibility barrel in Chainlink Chamber that lasted forever, and yet it seems like so many of the other ones don't last too long, but maybe it's just all in my head. And this is Squawk's Shaft, okay. And no, you can't go backwards from the end of Squawk's Shaft. So where does this one lead again? Oh yes, Clapper's Cavern. Alright, and I remember, yeah, there's a whole chain of things that go on here. I remember we went into this bonus game, and then not long after we went through this one, we were brought back to Clapper's Cavern again. And yeah, this one, is this earlier on in thing? I think it is. I think we hug this wall and we'll find the bonus game. Yes, we've never been in this one. And that brings us to the end of Hot Ride, which we haven't done yet. So let's check this one out, which is good because I would have had to then play through that whole second half to get here, because there's not really any other bonus games. So okay, let's see here. That was actually the exit from the Warp Barrel, I think, which is kind of cool. And this is the beginning of Squawk's Shaft. This is just so convoluted. And there are bonus games in Squawk's Shaft that we have yet to check out. So I think we'll play through this a little bit. We're usually like always brought right to the end almost. So let's see what we can do from here. I think there's once again 3 bonus games in this level. Was there anything to the right here? Yes, this is the one that I just did. Shoot. I'm being sent in circles. Oh my gosh. And that brings us to here, which this one is Canon's Claim, I think. Or is this one Squawk's Shaft? This one might be Squawk's Shaft, actually. It is Squawk's Shaft. Okay. In which case, I think the bonus games that we still need to find are up this way. And this is... oh man, it's an exercise in remembering all these things that look the same and, you know, distinguishing them apart. And again, I love my Donkey Kong Country games, but I feel like there's, you know, the levels that look the same and have the same palettes and all that, sometimes they can start to get kind of confusing in the brain. Where obviously the ones that look distinctly different are easy to tell. But, you know, if you were taken to a random part of Squawk's Shaft or Cannon's Claim, you'd probably be a little bit confused too. Windy Well has the different color palette though, so it's a little easier to understand. But okay, I don't think we've ever done this one. And I think this is... yes. This is once again Castle Crush. And it looks like a point that we have not yet been to. That might have been the exit for the second bonus game, so unfortunately we missed the second one. But let's get the checkpoint here. And I think that with the end of Castle Crush is probably where we're going to stop for today. And we'll see where it leads. I mean, then again, if I plan to turn the game off after this, you know, if it takes us back to Pirate Panic, it will all work out well. If it takes us somewhere like really special, then obviously I won't be able to just turn the game off. Because getting back here won't be so easy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens at the end of Castle Crush. A very cool level. Again, Donkey Kong Country 2 just had so many cool levels. Let's going up here. And wow, that's just such an interesting placement of a downward shooting cannon. I don't like the kind of slowdown though. No guarantee though that, you know, if some shenanigans ensue, the game could still potentially freeze. So let's avoid that if possible. I will take a DK barrel though, thank you. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. We should be approaching the end. I think I know there was a point where you could get squawks too, but I think we might have missed that. Wow, it just does not slow down there. Because I don't think that would normally be a cannon, so normally getting through there wouldn't be so difficult, but I hesitated because I was kind of having cannonballs shot at my face. Kind of a thing that can worry you at some points. And squeeze under there, and we should be approaching the end, I believe. Anytime now. Actually, no, how does this work? Okay, yeah, that's how it works. I could have gotten bonus things by going in there, but oh well. And I don't usually hear those normal ending sounds because I normally try to get the target, obviously. So there's those sounds that you don't normally hear unless you know, mess up jumping on the target at the end. Now this is really interesting because this is the Bramble portion that happens at the very end of Animal Antics. And as we saw in the last part, Animal Antics, that up barrel was always taking us somewhere else. Meanwhile, it's normally supposed to bring you here. So I'm gonna have to do my best to not die because this could be a very valuable exit, or it could take us back to Pirate Panic, but until we beat it, we just don't know. And it is, honestly though, one of the most difficult rooms in the game. Just because, obviously, brambles combined with squawks, which is a combination that those who made this game really like. You see it in Squawk's Shaft, you see it in Bramble Scramble. And yeah, combine that with wind, it's not the easiest thing to deal with. So, just gonna take it easy here. And take our time. Whoa! Like, please, calm down with the crooks. Why, though? It's supposed to be randomized enemies. Why does it seem like it's always the same thing? Okay, got my second hit back. That guy doesn't even feel very randomized. Maybe it's normally supposed to be more neckies here. And again, I just tapped to the right while the wind was blowing that direction, and it just sent me right into the brambles. You really always have to be fighting the wind. If you even for a second kind of like you start moving in the direction of the wind, you just get caught in it and you are on the move. Sometimes the hooks turn around and sometimes they don't. And that was just me trying to kill that crook, and I got hit by a necky. So, I think what we're going to do is that was a really intriguing set of events. So we're going to see where that leads us to, and then we'll call it a day. So I'm going to skip back there, which should only hopefully take a few minutes, and I'll see you then. I don't think you ever get to see a red bee killed by the rising floor. in the original Donkey Kong Country 2, because red zingers just don't die. Unlike in Donkey Kong Country 3, where you can kill the red buzz zingers with TNT, you can kill them with invincibility barrels. I just don't think there's any way to actually kill them in Donkey Kong Country 2. And again, even in the Lost Levels, we saw situations where the TNT wouldn't kill red zingers. So to see that by touching the floor, they don't really die, they kind of just fall off screen. That's an interesting interaction that you just won't see anywhere else. So with that said, we have once again a kind of long wait to the top here. So it's kind of a pain each time we die in that, you know, Animal Antics zone. Actually, did it die? See, that one didn't. It's just kind of been, okay, I'm just gonna fall off the screen now. But yeah, so every time I die in the Animal Antics Bramble room, we have to wait through this again, but for your convenience, it will be cut. So see you in a second. That's an interesting interaction as well. Crooks can kill zingers? I don't think you ever see that in the main game. Well, you're just seeing all of these interesting things here. That would have been kind of a neat thing to have. You know, a crook has to kill a zinger to get to a bonus game or something in the main game. It's always funny seeing these interactions that are programmed but never actually used in the main game. I like it, but you know, every time I try to cut away, something interesting happens. But this time for reals. See you in a second. Well, we have enough money to pay for the last thing whenever we want to. The last hint. So we'll see about that. But alright, back here again. Thank goodness it gives you a DK barrel. It always turns you into Squitter, even though you only remain Squitter for like a second. Ugh. Ugh. Sometimes the webs disappear in like the wrong order. I know that there's a whole reason for that. Anybody who wants to remind me, I'd greatly appreciate that. But it's so weird that sometimes you put a web that you can stand on and it lasts for like 15 seconds, and then you'll shoot another one and it lasts for maybe 15 milliseconds. Very strange, but okay. I'm feeling a little bit more confident this time. I don't know why in particular. Again, I'm not really proving to be playing any better. And wow, Crooks just loves to be there. Whatever, I'm just going to ignore you and go this way. And there's a DK barrel coming up here if we don't get hit by anything. Of course, there has to be a red zinger in like the worst possible spot. And wow, it actually worked out. Can we go off screen and make that into something that doesn't suck? Whatever it was, I guess it fell. Finally, I got something that couldn't fly in the air. Why can crooks float anyway? Any other enemy will like fall because they're not standing on anything, but crooks and cannons just do not follow any laws of physics and can just stay up in the air for as long as they feel like. No! Okay. 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 Not too worried about a coin that we don't really need. Once again, a crook flying in the air. Cannons facing the wrong way. That's my favorite way for cannons to face. And if we go under here. And then there's even a Radley part too. Just in case. You know, you weren't, oh, that's right. The Radley part's in a different room. So we actually don't have to deal with it. And that brings us back. Oh, to freaking Gangplank Galley. Wow. So we know that the warp barrel takes us to a main base mayhem, and the bonus barrel would have taken us to a boss. I think we've done both bonus games in this level. I think the only thing we haven't done is beat it normally. So I think we're going to do that. Actually, what we might do is we're going to hit the checkpoint barrel, and that will be something good for us to do next time because we can very easily get back here. This is not going to be a difficult level to get to in the future. So yeah, that's what's going to be the plan. We have beaten the boss today. We found out where K. Rool is. And by hitting this, I don't know if that makes it save. I'm going to press start and select. And yeah, it's very easy to get back to Gangplank Galley from the first level, Pirate Panic, after we resume playing next time. So that's what the plan is. And the plan will be to beat this level normally. And I'm sure that will just lead to a whole bunch of, you know, more shenanigans. Who knows where we're going to end up. But wow, one more boss, and then we already know where K. Rool is, so things are starting to come together. Hope you enjoyed that, though. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you next time for part 6. So thanks, and see you later. Thank you so much once again for checking out my videos. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it really helps my channel out. With that said, hope to see you next time.